Bottom to the top hoops, what we like to do is we like to basically put you on to what's going on. Creating highlight reels, what we are setting the platform up for. Kids that are not on the radar, where we can give them a look and get them a look, all right? And log on to that bottomtothetop.hoops.com.
Hey, what's going on? This is your boy E. Jones, Bottom to the Top Hoops. Special installment today. We sitting here with the man, the myth, the legend, the Rucker Park extraordinaire, Bob McCullough. How you feeling, my friend?
Oh, I feel good. I feel real good.
Good. You're looking good, man. First of all, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. I know people know so much about you and the things that you've done, but I just want to say personally, for the things that you've done for me, I appreciate that and want to get into the story. So first, Bob, tell the people where you're from.
I'm originally from Harlem.
Okay, the people gotta know that. I know you got your the response and all that. I know you got everything.
Yeah.
But you from Harlem. The people gotta know exactly where the origin's from. You from Harlem.
Yes.
Whereabouts in Harlem? East side, west side?
Well, I originated from the west side.
Okay,
of
whereabouts?
Harlem. 133rd Street.
Okay.
Between 7th and 8th Avenue.
Okay.
That's where I learned to play the game.
Okay, who was one of your early mentors in terms of playing basketball?
Holcomb Rucker. That's who I met.
Okay.
I was 12 years old, and I was in a gang.
Whoa.
And
people don't know this about Bob McCullough.
And we were having a street fight.
Okay.
With the guys from 139th Street and 140th Street called the Assassins.
Okay.
And I got caught with a hatchet. You know?
12 years old with a hatchet.
Yeah, so anyway, what happened was that I got arrested.
Oh, wow.
And they took me to the 32nd Precinct.
Okay.
And the executive director of St. Philip's Community Center, Lorraine Younger, came to the precinct with Holcomb Rucker.
Okay.
To try to have me released in her custody.
Okay.
They said they couldn't do it. They can only release me in my parents' custody.
Okay.
So after that, my mother came.
Okay.
They released me, and then the next day I had to go to children's court.
Wow.
Down 23rd Street. But little did I know that Miss Younger told Rucker to put me on the team.
Wow. What was your relationship with her?
Give me something to do. Well, she was the center director, so she cared for all of her children.
Oh, okay.
And she wanted me to have something to do other than being in a gang.
So you had a little bit of game at 12 then?
Yeah, I had a little bit of game. I didn't have a lot of game.
Okay.
Because I had got cut from the team. I tried out for Rucker. Got cut before I moved around 133rd Street.
Okay.
And then after I moved around 133rd Street, I tried out for Rucker, got cut again. I said, in the huddle, he said, let me see. I raised my hand, I said, I scored 4 points. He said, I'm not looking for people who score points. I'm looking for people who can play the game.
Okay. There's a difference.
I got cut. Yeah, it's a difference. It's a big difference. And then after I got arrested, Lorraine Younger asking to put me on the team, give me something to do.
Right.
So I was put on the tots.
Okay.
That's 12 and under.
Okay.
So I was put on that team, played in the Rucker Summer Tournament.
Okay.
And after that,
the Holcomb Rucker League. See, we know it now as the 145th Street in Lenox Park. Was it there at that time as well?
No, it was on 128th Street.
Okay.
And 7th Avenue.
See, the people got to know the history, Bob, because, you know, what we know now, obviously it originated from somewhere else. So I just want to be able to educate.
That's where it originated from.
Okay.
128th Street and 7th Avenue.
Okay.
That's where Rucker worked, in the Park House.
Okay.
And that's where he ran the tournament. It was the Holcomb Rucker basketball league.
Okay.
So anyway, what happened was the second year, I started feeling like, you know, I could play a little bit.
You was learning some stuff.
Yeah. And then the third year, I made the All-Star team.
Okay.
I made the high school All-Star team. And that was 1956.
So what were you, about 15 years old at this time?
I was 15.
What school did you go to? What high school?
Harlem.
Okay.
Harlem High School. They said that was the school for all the gangsters. You know? It's all boys school.
Where's Harlem located?
Where John Jay is now.
Okay.
John Jay College took over Harlem High School.
Got it.
And Harlem High School became Park West.
Got it.
So Harlem doesn't exist anymore.
So you were playing. So you made the All-Star team. So at this point, let me ask you a question: were you gravitating more towards basketball, kind of straightening up, staying away from the other stuff in the streets, or were you part-time on both?
No, I wasn't part-time. I was gravitating more to basketball.
Okay.
And staying away from the street because I accomplished something.
Right.
Making the All-Star team in the Rucker High School League.
Right.
That was big time.
That was a big deal.
Yes.
People know you around New York City.
Right.
It's kind of like the tournaments now on a sneaker circuit or play with a specific organization that was a sponsored organization, or you playing in New York versus New York, something like that in New York City.
Yeah, I mean, it was, hey.
It was a big deal.
I had arrived, you know.
Right. Okay.
And what happened was the next year, 57, I didn't do that well.
Okay.
Because Rook had split the teams up.
Okay.
And then in 1958 is when we won the high school championship.
Okay.
Which was a landmark for me.
Because
we won the high school championship.
Okay, that was a moment you felt like.
Yes, I felt like that we conquered.
Mm-hmm.
We conquered the high school division. First of all, for me to become an all-star player in the high school division was one thing. That was an individual accomplishment.
Right.
But then, when in 1958, when we won the high school championship, that was a team accomplishment. And it was like, you know, no looking back, except for going to college. And then what I found out, all the guys I played with, they was going to college, man. I said,
hold on a second, though. Bob,
that's deep.
You're now 4 years into your experience here at the Rucker Park. What is your personal relationship with Rucker? Because from what you told me, Miss Lorraine said she wanted him to put you on the team. So that was a personal ask of her. And now he put you on the team. You're in the league. You're thriving. You're now at a point where you're becoming one of the better players. You made the All-Star. You won a championship. How is your relationship developing with him?
It's interesting you should ask that question. What happened was that some of my teammates thought that I should have been the most valuable player.
Okay.
But Rucker didn't give it to me. He gave it to John Harris, who we had beat in the championship.
On the losing team.
The losing team. They asked him why. And he said that he did not want people to think that he favored me. And that's why he did it. So
because of the relationship that you had with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went on with life, not realizing that people on the outside saw that there was a relationship between me and Rucker because he took so much time talking to me. And then he took so much time talking about me when I wasn't around, which I knew nothing about.
You saw something special in you.
Right. He talked about me when I wasn't around. Now, how did I find out?
I want to know. The people want to know.
After he died.
Wow.
After he died is how I found out.
How old were you when he passed away?
I was 24.
Okay, so let's go back to the people are now going to college. You now won the championship. Are you playing high school ball? How do you navigate your way from being a high school player, now thriving with your skill set, and trying to get to college or seeking to get to that level?
Well, it goes back to Rucker. What happened was that I had no scholarships.
Okay.
And a guy came around. Well, first of all, when I saw all the guys going to school,
Right.
I said, man, what's going on? Everybody's going to college and everything. Billy Baxter and Alfie Glover, they caught a cab right on 7th Avenue and 128th Street, right where the park was, to go downtown to Penn Station. Oh man, what's happening? All these guys is going to school. Then I heard about these other guys that's going to school. And the ones that wasn't doing well was going to Lombard.
Gil Reynolds.
Oh man, it was deep, you know? So anyway.
So now you get the itch that says, what about me?
Yeah, but I had to go back to school.
High school?
Yes, in order to graduate.
Oh.
Because I was loafing around, you know, when I was in the gang. I was loafing around, so I went back to school. And then, this was 1959, because we won the championship in 58.
Right.
And so in 59, we lost the championship.
Okay.
To Commerce High School.
Okay.
They had a team. And
that's where my mother went.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Brandeis now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right. So anyway, coach from Texas came around, and Rucker spoke to me by Salem Church, by the steps of Salem Church, and he said, Mac. I said, yeah, Ruck. He said, how would you like to go to school in Texas? I said, I don't mind. And he said that Popcorn Ferguson from DeWitt Clinton
Okay.
will probably go with me.
What kind of player was Popcorn?
All City.
Okay.
Popcorn Ferguson was All City from DeWitt Clinton.
Okay.
So what happened was that the coach wanted to speak to my mother, so I told him that I would let my mother know, you know, that he was coming. I gave him my mother's telephone number and everything. And he called up, and then he came and spoke to my mother, said that he'll take care of me. It's a full scholarship, everything.
Right.
I got down there.
What school was it?
Wiley College
Okay.
in Marshall, Texas.
Okay.
I got down there, and Marshall, Texas was a small town, you know. But I found out later on, Wiley College is the college that Denzel Washington made that picture, The Great Debate.
Oh, really?
That was the school that won the National Debate Championship against Harvard. Right. And I didn't know that then.
Right.
But that's what Wiley was known for. And their football team had just won the national championship for historical black colleges.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And That was in 57, but I went there in 59, 2 years after that.
Okay.
And I got down there playing half-court basketball until the season started.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this guy who was the 3-on-3 king.
Mm-hmm.
I used to beat him every day. And what happened was that he got mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
Came in the lunchroom, standing over me. I'm eating. I said, man, don't stand over me. Oh, I'm scared of you now.
That's what he said to you?
Yeah, so I stood up. I said, man, I tell you, don't stand over me, you know. He was signifying.
Mm-hmm.
So I pushed him. Man, this guy grabbed bottles, because they gave us bottles of sodas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, knee-high sodas. And he threw them bottles, and everybody at my table started ducking. And he just kept throwing them bottles, and I said, man, I'm gonna get me some of these bottles and throw them back.
So you took it back to the Harlem gangster thing?
Yeah, to the Harlem gangster thing. I took one of them bottles and I threw it at him and bam! Hit him upside his head.
Oh man.
First throw.
And you going crazy. You got good aim.
Yeah, and he got a big knot up upside his head. And the dietitian came over, y'all stop it. And all the students said, he started it. He started throwing them bottles. And they said, yeah, but they had a fight. We got to send them both home.
Ooh, man.
That's right. So they sent me home.
Wow.
And so when
Hold on a second, Bob. So we always want to educate on the show, right?
Okay.
You was in a situation, guy was threatening you. He was obviously trying to intimidate you.
Right.
You stood up for yourself. You had to protect yourself at this time.
Right.
And now, although you responded and you handled the situation, there was a consequence.
Oh yes, there you go.
So that's what we try to teach our kids, that before you make these actions and before you decide to act, understand that you got to be able to live with it, whatever that consequence is. So,
Well, I took the consequences.
right.
I didn't agree with it.
Right.
Because I figured that, it wasn't my fault. This guy started throwing bottles.
Right.
So when I got home, the students started writing me letters asking me to come back. And the coach started writing me letters, making phone calls. So they paid my way back.
Mm-hmm.
I came back, they paid my way back.
Oh, so they got you back into school.
Got me back into school.
Wow.
And then,
Justice.
yes,
What was his story? Did he get allowed back as well?
he didn't come back.
Okay.
He might have came back a year later, but I got into another fight.
You're a Harlem gangster, man. I know you to be a peaceful brother, man.
I tell you what's going on.
Okay.
I said I'm not gonna play 3-on-3
Right.
because it seemed like people get upset
When you talk to them.
when they can't win, So I would just shoot around.
Right.
So anyway, this short guy, because the guy that was throwing the bottles, he was short too. He said, "Hey, my man," he said, "I heard about you and my homeboy,
Oh man.
but it ain't gonna be the same thing between you and me." And I wonder, where's this coming from?
You the New York dude in Texas.
You got it. Let me tell you, you got it. That is what it was.
Right.
But my thinking was, why? Y'all are the Lone Star State.
Right.
The biggest state in America, but we are the Empire State
Right.
of New York.
Right.
And now you jealous of us because we're the Empire State? It just don't stop.
Well, you know what, Bob? Trends, music, culture, fashion, it all starts in New York.
Business.
Business, everything. So now, the thing about it is, if they don't know you, sometimes people prejudge you and they think that you may come with a bravado or an arrogance because you're from New York. You can be the nicest guy in the world, but they've already got it in their mind, this New York hotshot thinking he coming over here to Wiley to take it over. I got another thing for him. We're going to see what New York is really about.
Exactly. Exactly. You're exactly right. Because the first thing they want to know, what gang was you in? I ain't lying. I said, you think everybody's in a gang? Yeah, we heard about y'all. What gang? I didn't dare tell them I was in a gang.
Of course.
It was their mentality
Right.
that we were all members of a gang in New York.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
So he tested you?
Yeah, he tested me at the lunch line when we line up at the lunch line.
Goes down in the lunchroom, man. That's what, everybody's there. They want to show out in front of the girls.
No, the football players said what you said. They said, watch him. Don't mess with him around the dining hall. He's undefeated. Football players, boy, they got some humor.
Right.
But anyway, what happened was that I'm in line. I'm like fifth or sixth in line, waiting for the doors to open. He comes and bum rush and jump in front of all the girls, pushing them out the way. And the girls push him right back.
Right.
They say, stop it. Ain't nobody playing with you. Stop it. So I'm watching all this. I didn't say a word.
Right.
Because that's between him and the girls.
Yeah, you on the hot seat too.
But I know one thing, he got the wrong people. You think you're gonna jump in front of this lunch line with these girls? They're not having it.
Right.
And plus they know him. So he jumped out of line. So then the next thing you know, he jumped in front of me. And I say, man, the line is back there. Oh, what's wrong with you? Oh man, here we go.
You get the flashback.
And then the next thing you know, we tussling.
Oh man.
And what they do.
Lunchroom Bob is back at it again.
Yeah, right. But what they do is this. If you ever get in a fight in the South, if you ever get in a fight any place, the first thing they do is go for your legs. And that's what he was doing. He went for my legs, and I was fearing for my life. So I gave him the machine gun shuffle. Boom, 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 boom. As I was going down, Eric, boom, 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 because you're losing your balance.
Right.
I just kept boom, 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 boom.
You turned this into a wrestling show or a boxing show.
So when he came up, he had blood all over his face.
Oh, Bob, you done bloodied him up.
So the football players and everybody kept that hush-hush.
Oh, wow, okay.
I said, I'm leaving here. There's no way
You're going to keep going through
that I can stay here.
Right.
It's a problem.
So
and don't have a girl. Oh, God, if you have a girl, they're going to be poisoning her mind all the time.
So let me ask you, Bob, I'm sorry.
And trying to get at her when you travel.
Of course.
Away. Oh,
has the season started? Have you started playing?
No. No.
So what wound up happening at Wiley?
I left.
Okay.
I left.
Too much trouble.
So when I got home, I told Rucker about it, and Rucker was,
Right.
He understood what was happening. He started writing as I was talking. He kept writing with his hand down. I said, Rucker, what are you doing? Who you writing? He said, I'm writing Big House Gaines from Winston-Salem. I said, oh, what you telling him? I'm telling him about you. I'm telling him that you're going to be the greatest player to ever play at Winston-Salem since Jack DeFerris. I said, you can't do that, Rucker. I said, Jack DeFerris is a pro. He said, when Big House Gaines see this letter, he gonna wanna see you. That's what he gonna want.
Now let's just educate the uneducated. If I'm not mistaken, it's Clarence Big House Gaines.
That's right.
Winston-Salem, one of the most winningest coaches in college basketball history on any level.
Correct.
One of the more famous players is Stephen A. Smith, that people know, who played, I believe, a year for Big House Gaines. That's on ESPN. But the stories that I've heard about his presence, about who he is and how he conducts himself and runs his team, I've heard stories that just make you just say, man, that must have been one heck of a guy and heck of a coach. So how did that play out? He's already tabbing you as the next great one at this coach who already has pros and has established himself in the HBCU as one of the top coaches and programs.
Plus he had Cleo Hill.
Woo! Out of New Jersey.
Yes, who went on to the St. Louis Hawks of the NBA.
Coached at Essex Community College for a long time.
Yes, Cleo Hill. And then after Cleo Hill came Earl the Pearl Monroe, all out of the same school. But this was before Earl Monroe, when he was writing the letter. I mean...
Were you nervous?
No, I didn't know what to expect.
Okay.
All I had to do was just rise to the occasion, which meant that I had to play.
Playing usually.
Whatever tryout was going to be set up, I'd have to play.
Oh, you had to play your way on.
Yeah.
So how did they set it up? Did he come to New York? Did you go to North Carolina? How did that go?
Never happened.
Oh, shoot. You had me all excited like you going to...
Winston-Salem. Never happened.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, the coach from Benedict College,
South Carolina.
in Columbia, South Carolina, needed players.
Okay.
And Rucker asked me if I mind going to Benedict. And I told him no. He said, the coach is going to be here. It's going to be up on the terrace, St. Nicholas Terrace, to see some ball players. And so I said, Rucker, are you going to be there? He said, no, I might stop by, but I ain't going to be there. And I played. My jumper was working. My jumper was working so good that one of the All-Star players, the SIAC All-Star player, Timmy Shine from Seward Park, came over to me and said, now I'm going to see that you earn your scholarship. Because I mostly shot from the corner, you know? And no matter what I did, I wound up in the corner. You know, it just happened like that. It just happened like that. So anyway, when I got the ball, I got in the corner, and I went like this and cuffed the ball. And Tim Shine went over. But I didn't flip him over the shot. He was, And he said, why you do me like that? I said, why you want to check me? You know what I'm saying? Why you want to check me? I could have flipped him.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Gave him a pass.
Yes, I didn't. You know, I mean, so, you know, the coach picked me.
Okay.
Knowing that I couldn't play. Because I had spent time in Texas, Wiley College in Texas.
Right.
And I had to wait out a year. He still picked me.
You said, you know what? I'm gonna wait it out.
Yeah.
So how many years of eligibility did you have?
3.
Oh, once you, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the time at Benedict like?
Oh, it was great. It was great. I didn't have to worry about any fights outside the lunchroom.
and you just got onto the court and did your thing.
Yes. Yes. In my freshman year, I scored 64 points. I scored 54 points. And I scored
In a single game?
45 different games.
Mm.
64 in one game, 54 in another game.
And 45 in another?
Yes. Yes, and 37.
So what was you averaging? It had to be in the 20s.
Oh no, that was exhibition. Then when I played in the regular college,
Mm-hmm.
I averaged 26 points.
Okay.
My sophomore year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And then
were you guys playing against like historically black colleges and some of the other Division I's or Division II's in the area of South Carolina?
Well, we played against teams of Division I now.
Right.
Bethune-Cookman,
Yep.
Florida A&M,
Yep.
South Carolina State,
Yep.
and I can't think of any more, but those are the ones that came from our conference.
Right. At Benedict in terms of all conference, all American, play of the year, any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I was selected the most valuable player every year I played at Benedict.
From the school?
Yes, I was most valuable player. And Tim Shine, the same guy who I
Could have flipped over.
flipped over, was the most outstanding player for 2 years.
Okay.
We played together 2 years.
Okay.
And I was most valuable every year I played.
So what position were you playing, Bob?
I was playing guard.
Okay.
I always wound up in the corner.
Letting that jumper go.
Yeah. And I was falling back in the stands. And they said that you want to fall in the laps of them ladies.
You had that Dick Barnett going.
Yeah.
The fall back, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let me ask you a question, Bob. You now finish your career at Benedict. Do you feel like there's a professional opportunity? Do you feel like, all right, I'm going back to New York? What's your mindset once you finish up at Benedict?
Well, what happened was...
Was Rucker still alive when you finished?
Yes, Rucker was alive.
Okay.
When I became All-American,
Mm-hmm.
honorable mention at United Press International.
Okay.
And when I became All-American, honorable mention was Converse magazine.
Okay.
And I was the second leading scorer in the nation.
Okay.
And you know, he was alive for that.
Okay.
Prior to that year, that was 1965.
Okay.
But prior to that year, we were the national scoring champions.
Oh, okay.
We outscored every team in the nation. North Carolina, Duke, UCLA, Kentucky.
That was the highest scoring team in the nation.
Everybody. Yes, we was the highest scoring team in the nation. Everybody. And this is the ring.
you have to bless us with the ring today.
Yeah.
You have to polish it off.